So hello guys, well, this is our first sit down after our first video that we dropped. Basically we dropped this video and starting out for preparing for Clayton high school bass fishing. He's getting a little practice in, so to speak. We really had a blast. We caught a lot of fish. We caught a lot of small fish, caught a lot of big fish, a lot of medium-sized fish, but we caught a lot of fish nonetheless. Clayton caught his first personal best, and I actually caught my personal best. So in the video, we weighed the bass on the pontoon boat, and we was kind of rocking, so I kept going between 8 pounds 15 ounces all the way up to 9 pounds 2 ounces and down to 8 pound 14 ounces. So the scale was fluctuating, the digital scale was fluctuating, you know, between those weights, and kind of whatever one stuck the longest, I went ahead and called it as 8 pounds and 15 ounces. Got home and thawed the fish thoroughly, and put it back on the scale, standing on the concrete, because I had to take all of the you know, the A, B, and C measurements for taxidermy purposes. I had to do the total length of the fish from the base of the tail to the center of the eye. I had to take the girth measurement around the fish, and I had to take the measurement from the part behind the gill to the base of the tail as well. So the A, B, and C measurement. So I had to fully thaw the fish in order to take those measurements to make sure that they was accurate. So just thinking at that time, I went ahead and I grabbed the digital scale and I put the fish back on it, standing on firm concrete, and the fish ended up weighing like 9.2. So in between 8 pounds 15 ounces, 9 pounds 2 ounces. I mean, you know, just a big fish, a beautiful fish to catch. Clayton, why don't you tell them a little bit about the experience at the camp that we went to at Port Gibson, and the time that we had, and the times that we've had in the past. Let these guys know a little bit about what we do there and what you learn there, and how it's going to help you going to high school bass fishing.
So the pond, really, for me, it's fun. We always catch fish there, and it allowed me to help and like practice on casting. Just 2 months ago was the first time I ever casted a bait caster, and first time I casted was obviously with a back glass, you know. But pond really helped me to work on my casting. Obviously, we were gonna catch fish, and it was hot every day. I threw a crankbait most of the time. You know, I could have switched it up a lot, but I really didn't have to. Everything that I threw really was catching fish. But we usually always do. And you know, this time caught my new PB, and I didn't catch it like fishing like the way I thought I was gonna catch a big fish. I caught it just running the boat, threw out a cast just for fun, and she hit it, you know, and I had to net her because she was big. I couldn't just boat flip her. Now it was real fun, always real fun. Try different baits if it wasn't working, middle of the day or say evening. If it wasn't working, we had to try new baits, but it was definitely fun the entire time through. It was always fun, and I don't think it's like ever gonna stop not being fun, you know. I mean, it's bass fishing,
so just to kind of touch on a little bit of what Clayton was talking about. We always do this fishing trip, and it's usually the you know, me, Clayton, and Dane, and sometimes we'll bring a guest or something like that. Dane will bring a guest, or Clayton will bring a guest, or however it falls. It just so happened that Toe Tuggers Outdoors Dane, my middle son Dane has Tow Tuggers Outdoors, and well, we started up Skeet-A-Flauge in order for Clayton to have his channel. That way he can show his journey of high school bass fishing. So not only just high school bass fishing, but all of the pre-tournament, going out there and scouting for fish, trying to find out where the fish are. You know, any chance of learning, like going to fish ponds or doing any type of fishing like that. A lot of times we're gonna get on some skeet or some crappie, whatever you want to call it, white perch, you know, in the northern top. But down here we call them skeet, so we love the skeet fish, so we're gonna be doing some of that too. And that pond that some of the ponds that we fish in, we've caught some beautiful skeet as well. And eventually we're gonna get with Gary Cantrell, a good friend of mine who's also he's a songwriter, CMT songwriter, country music television songwriter, country music artist. Him and a few guys wrote a song that we're gonna use in our video that y'all gonna see dropped in there. It's gonna be Gary, Lee, and Russell that has the singers and songwriters, the country music singers and songwriters that wrote this song. And we'll have the credits on the actual trailer that y'all see. So take a look back at that trailer and y'all see that what I'm pointing out right there. So it was hot, like Clayton said, very hot. So basically we in August. Usually we go in April during spawning, and it's a little different on how we catch the fish. I mean, in April when you go, or February, April, March, and around in that time frame, them bass are still spawning. Them bass are coming off of they may be still spawning, or they may be a little bit post spawn, or they may be pre spawn, depending on what time we go up there. So the fish are a lot different. They holding in the water differently. They're not up on the bank and for spawning. They're in a summer condition. So in the summertime, them fish want to get off the bank. They want to get more into deeper water, and that really made a big difference. I'm gonna tell you, because I went fishing the second pond. I saw some fish exploding on top of the water, and I hadn't seen that with bass. I've seen it what they call red tide with the redfish. But I've never seen bass do that, and man, the bass was just balling on top of the water. So that kind of turned me off to the side of the bank fishing, and I decided to move out into the middle of the pond and just throw a big worm and just kind of slow roll that big worm and kind of swim that big worm. And man, did it work out to my favor. I must have caught 15, 20 fish like that, and all some 2, 3 pound, some 2, 3, close to 4 pound fish that I was catching in the middle of the second pond. And while I was doing that, Dane and Clayton was in the back pond catching them like that. So talk about with the type of structure, because it's flooded timber. Basically they built a levee around it, and they got some big bottoms where the trees was at, and they built a levee on one side and they just flooded the timber. So there's big tall trees, kind of like a mini Toledo bit, you know. So the water's deep. There's a lot of tree trunks, a lot of structure that the fish hold up to, and that's actually where I caught the big 9-pounder. I mean, just right on side of a big old dead tree trunk that's in the water, probably about 15 to 17 foot deep, and that big boy just smoked it, you know. So tell them about the conditions you was fishing in that back pond.
So basically the game plan when we showed up this was the first day, and we fished a lot of the shady bank, right? And we kept catching a lot of dinks, small fish, not really fish that you would go, oh, you know, or feel confident about in a tournament per se. And so we found ourselves going to fish a little bit deeper in the end, like middle day. You know, the only time we really were catching good sized fish on the banks was in the morning or late in the evening. But during the minute, from like 10 to 2, midday bite was definitely deeper.
Out deep in the middle of the ponds, and it really, you know, to make that adjustment, it really helped. You know, so as soon as I saw it, and I caught on to it. I believe that was like
about the same time me and Toe Tuggers caught our big fish. You know, I freaked out in the video because this is the first time I ever caught, obviously, my PB, and then seeing them two catch both of their PBs. You know, it's the first time I've really ever seen a big fish caught like that.
Yeah.
Since I've been fishing.
I mean, that's the first time that I've caught a big one like that. My personal best before that was 6.5 pounds, which I have on the wall too. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a treat to catch something that big, and that's why we go there, because the potential for them to get big, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13 pounds is there. It's there. They have the food source. It's managed by the Wildlife and Fisheries. The biologists from the local universities, they tell us how much fish we can harvest, how much fish we need to leave, whether this pond or that pond needs to be taken out, certain species of fish or whatever. And I mean, and that's what we do. So it's kind of an effort. It's conservation efforts to go and catch these fish and have fun and enjoy it. And then for the older guys that's over there that comes to the camp and all of that, is just they kind of chill out, and them younger guys goes, they clean the fish, cook them up, serve them up, and stuff like that. So I mean, it's really been an excellent outdoor adventure for us to be part of, especially for Clayton and Dane to be a part of. And so yeah, I mean, we really enjoyed it. We look forward every year. Every year we're gonna have footage that's gonna drop from us going fish this pond, and there will be other ponds that we fish throughout this journey. But as long as Clayton's in high school Bass Masters and fishing for his high school, I mean, it's just turned him on. He's starting to love fishing as much as he loves hunting, and so that's awesome. That's just awesome to have him out there. I enjoy it. You know, I love him to death. So I'm happy to be able to enjoy those type of things with him. You know, we don't always get along, but you know, that who does, you know, when it comes to father-son, you know. So it's just a journey that we taking, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying having my little hammer with me, and then also Dane as well. I'm enjoying him, and you know, I'm glad his show is doing as good as it is, and I hope he keeps his head down and keep fishing and keep putting the videos out for everybody to be able to experience what we get to experience. And with Clayton, the same thing, and wish the best for both of them in their journey. And who knows, shoot for the moon. You know, sometimes you'll get a star. So I'm just happy to be part of it. I'm happy to be a part of what they're doing, and look for a lot of awesome trips and awesome memories that I'm gonna spend and share with them. So with that being said, we'll see y'all guys next time. We'll see you guys on the next video that we drop. Hope y'all enjoyed the footage with the trailer. That's thanks to Sean Billiard. Sean Billiard is a genius when it comes to that. We thank him for doing the editing and everything for us. We thank Gary and Lee and Russell for the songs for All Good in the Woods. Hope y'all enjoy them tunes. And the way we got it designed is there will be a trailer for the different sessions, the different seasons. And that way we'll know fall, summer, spring, you know, so we're going to go with that. And that's when we're going to drop our footage. So see you guys next time. Keep y'all head down, keep casting, and keep fishing, guys.
See you later.
We'll be glad to show you how. It's all good in the woods, just a homegrown huckleberry neighborhood where we live off the land. Got our own brand of good times, tall pines, soaking up the moonshine. Sunrise, we're shooting from a duck blind. Lunchtime, we cook it up just right. Night falls, no last call, no looking for the law. It's all good in the woods.